Well, good evening, everyone. I hope you're doing well, and this is your Royal Daily News for November 21st, 2022. In Madrid, Their Majesties King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia of Spain chaired the 30th meeting of the Fundación Princesa de Girona at Palacio de la Zarzuela. Participants in the meeting included members of the Board of Trustees, the Fundación Princesa de Girona management team, including the president, Mr. Francisco Bettel, and the secretary of the Board of Trustees, Ms. Silvia Martinez, and the general director, Mr. Salvador Tasque. In the afternoon, His Majesty the King arrived in London, where he met with His Majesty King Charles III of the United Kingdom at Clarence House. In the evening, His Majesty the King attended a gala dinner commemorating the 135th anniversary of the creation of the Spanish Chamber of Commerce in the United Kingdom. Established in 1886, the Spanish Chamber of Commerce in the United Kingdom is the, quote, key institution in the development of economic and commercial relations between these two countries, end quote. The Spanish Chamber of Commerce offers Spanish and British companies business promotion opportunities in both markets through a wide range of services, covering the areas of promotion, networking, information and advice, training, business development, business cooperation, logistics, and administrative support. Last evening in Madrid, Their Majesties held an audience with participants of the 68th annual session of NATO Parliamentary Assembly, coinciding with the 40th anniversary of the incorporation of Spain into the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, held at Palacio Real de Madrid. During the 68th annual session, which takes place from November 19th to the 21st, the Assembly commissions will meet to discuss matters related to security, defense, as well as science and technology. While Their Majesties King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia of Spain met with members of the NATO Parliamentary Assembly, their Serene Highnesses Prince Albert II and Princess Charlene of Monaco attended the 2022 World Rugby Awards held at the Monte Carlo Sporting in Larvotto. During last evening's ceremony, Princess Charlene presented the World Rugby Men's Sevens Player of the Year award to Mr. Terry Kennedy. This morning at Al Market Military Airport outside of Amman, His Majesty King Abdullah II of Jordan and His Royal Highness Crown Prince Al-Hussein bin Abdullah II of Jordan welcomed the Prime Minister of Iraq, Mr. Mohammed Shia al-Sudani. Thereafter, His Majesty the King, the Crown Prince, and the Prime Minister held a meeting at Al Balsam Palace. During the meeting, His Majesty the King expressed best wishes of success for the Prime Minister, stressing keenness to enhance the strong ties between the two countries and its peoples. His Majesty and the Prime Minister highlighted the importance of enhancing cooperation on several levels, especially in the fields of politics and economy, to capitalize on what has been achieved in joint projects. His Majesty the King also stressed the need to maintain bilateral cooperation and trilateral cooperation with Egypt as an example of regional integration. This afternoon, Her Royal Highness Crown Princess Mette-Marit of Norway donated her famous bubblegum pink gown to the new National Museum of Art, Architecture and Design in Oslo. The Crown Princess wore the special gown to the official dinner in connection with the opening of the new National Museum on June 10, 2022. The gown was created for the occasion by Norwegian fashion designer Mr. Peter Dundas in collaboration with the Crown Princess. The gown's hand-woven fabric, made of Norwegian wool with hints of gold thread in the base of the fabric, was made by artists from the Aurora Workshop in Bærum, just outside of Oslo. The workshop is a working community with 100 employees that offers adapted work for artists with and without disabilities. The Aurora Workshop focuses on using recycled materials and traditional handicrafts. In the past, Mr. Dundas, who was a chief designer for various international luxury fashion houses such as Emilio Pucci and Roberto Cavalli, has designed several gowns for the Crown Princess. Mr. Dundas has also designed gowns for Michelle Obama and Kim Kardashian, including her famous 2015 Met Ball Gala gown. Upon her arrival at the new National Museum, the Crown Princess was welcomed by the museum director, Ms. Karen Hinsbo. Once inside, the Crown Princess's gown was carefully placed in the museum's storage box, where it will remain. Once the conservators start working on the gown and it's ready for display, it will become a part of an exhibition at the museum. In an interview with the museum director, Miss Karen Hinsbo, she noted that she was looking forward to exhibiting the gown, stating, quote, "The National Museum has a large and completely unique collection of art, handicrafts, architecture, and design, which goes from antiquity to the present day. So we have works that are 1,000 years old, and we have works that were literally created yesterday. In the new museum, costumes and textiles have a different and perhaps more prominent place than we have had before. In this regard, this gift from the Crown Princess is very important to us." End quote. In Stockholm, His Majesty King Carl Gustaf of Sweden presided over the presentation of the 2022 Pioneer of the Year Award ceremony held inside the Bernadotte Royal Library at the Kungliga Slottet. According to the Swedish Royal Court, the Pioneer of the Year Awards are presented annually to entrepreneurs with a foreign background who have achieved success in their business. In Diekirch, His Royal Highness Hereditary Grand Duke Guillaume of Luxembourg, accompanied by the Prime Minister of Luxembourg, Mr. Xavier Bettel, arrived at the National Museum of Military History this morning to view the exhibition entitled Korean. In 1950, 16 nations, including the Grand Duchy of Luxembourg, sent troops to the Korean Peninsula to assist South Korea against North Korea. In total, 89 Luxembourgish volunteers who were incorporated into the Belgian United Nations Command fought in the Korean War. The exhibition tells the story of the life of the 89 volunteer soldiers through the use of photos, letters, and official documents. The exhibition, Korean, will be open to the public until March 23, 2023. And finally, in Versailles, Her Royal Highness Grand Duchess Maria Teresa of Luxembourg, accompanied by Mr. Stephane Bern, participated in the 15th edition of the History of Reading held at the City Hall of Versailles. The two-day event is one of the largest literary fairs in Europe. This year, over 180 authors will participate in book signings as well as on-stage interviews. Upon their arrival at the City Hall, the Grand Duchess and Mr. Bern were first received by the President of the Chamber of Commerce, Mr. Guillaume. Thereafter, the Grand Duchess and Mr. Bern participated in an on-stage interview with Point de Vue journalist Mr. Antoine. The day ended with a signing session for their best-selling book entitled A Sovereign's Love. All proceeds from the sale of the book will be donated to the association Stand, Speak, Rise Up. And there you have it. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I will be back tomorrow on Tuesday, November 22nd with all the latest royal news. Until then, I wish you all a wonderful Monday evening and a great day tomorrow. And don't forget to like, share, and, well, subscribe. Okay, take care, everyone. I will see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.